Hello and welcome back to the Brighton Career Mode here on FC24. We are now 29 games into Season 5 here in Episode 10 now. Of course, in the last episode, we did unfortunately get bounced out of the Champions League in the round of 16 to AC Milan. You can see we lost there 6-5 on penalties, so we'll go ahead and go check that out now. They should at least be in the quarterfinals by now, maybe even in the semifinals. Looks like the quarterfinals matchups are here. So yeah, Inter is going to be playing Newcastle, Milan, Juventus, Leverkusen, Dortmund, and Salzburg versus Manchester City. Like I said, 6-5 on penalties against Milan in that second leg. Very unfortunate not to go through. Alejandro Garnacho missing the final penalty, which is very unfortunate for his career here at Brighton Hove Albion. Very good career for him so far, but unfortunately just couldn't get it done when we needed him to the most, honestly, but that's okay. I will go ahead and show you guys the squad stats screen here just for a second. So I saw comments on the last episode about how, maybe our time here with Brighton Hove Albion is done. We've had a good run, 5 seasons, 5 good seasons, 5 very long seasons. And it's looking like we might want to move on from, this chapter in FC24. It's looking like right now we're still fighting for our top 4 spot, so we could still get Brighton into Champions League football next year, which is obviously the goal, but we've definitely had a step in the wrong direction this season compared to the seasons before. And I think part of that was due to the magnitude of being in the Champions League for the first time in our career. And I can go ahead and show you guys our career so far. 283 games played, 161 wins, 52 draws, 70 losses, 520 goals scored, and 355 allowed. Fantastic career for us so far, but also our manager rating isn't looking great either, so that might not help us with looking for jobs. But as of right now, we've got some other options: Aston Villa, Chelsea, Spurs, Burnley, Monaco, Marseille. We would like to go to a bigger club if we can, but we'll have to wait till the end of the season to see how that goes. So we're going to go ahead and get into this episode. First couple of games up, you saw them there, Tottenham and Manchester United. 2 big games back-to-back in a 4-day time frame, so let's go ahead and get into them. Looks like both teams have some tired legs for this game, which is, understandable given just the Premier League season in general, and of course, Champions League and other things like that. We're going to have to make some subs at some point in this game for sure, but hopefully we can get out to a lead before we have to do that. It's Fernandez, already going to have Kudus sort of through Sergio Gomez. Good defense. Not sure what that was. Almada's going to end up with it. We're just going to keep pushing forward here. Baku with good defense as well. We are just absolutely hounding Spurs. I see Kudus. Kudus, oh, wow, almost with a header of dreams. But unfortunately, they get it away. And it looks like Kudus might be down injured as well. And he is. And that is going to be very detrimental for the rest of our season. And it looks like we're going to have to take him off. Oh, man, only a few minutes into this game and already having to make a sub is not what I wanted to see. And it looks like he hurt his knee somewhere, maybe? I don't know, but that's not good. We're ready over here with the ball. I see a run out here on this wing from Getson Fernandez, who's going to look inside. Gittins takes a nice turn, gets a nice shot around the keeper. Jamie Bino Gittins has been very good for us for several seasons now. And it's nice to see him get a start in this game and get a goal as well. Nice turn there. Akanji just took one... actually, I don't think that was Akanji. Maybe it was. One step too far and able to get that around Vicario for our first goal. Oof. Barco trying to get a pass inside. Sesko with an interception. And then a pass inside to Kulusevski. Another one inside to Son. And 25 minutes gone. They leveled this game. Only about 6 minutes or so after we already scored our first. So good passing there by Spurs and able to level the game at 1. Son inside to Sesko. Obviously the most dangerous player on their team. Former player of ours. Up to I believe a 91, 92 overall now. He's very, very good. Son not able to do anything with it. Son now down to like a 77 overall, I believe. And we get a tackle in with Diamande and we're able to get this one away. Just going to continue running down this side. Look for a cross. João Felix. 99 heading accuracy. Doesn't help him score that time. Nice passing. Sergio Gomez inside to Bernardo Silva. Sesko does us again. If you remember the last time we played Spurs, he had a goal very, very similar to that. And he just loves scoring against us. Just a very good move. Ball roll or maybe a step over inside. Yeah, ball roll inside. sliding past him, and he finishes that one easily. 2-1 right before halftime here for Spurs. Getson Fernandez has a pass in here to Bino Gittins. Makes a move around one defender, makes a move around another. Gonna look inside for João Felix, and a shot right at the keeper. Bino Gittins did all that work just for João Felix to ruin it. Nothing great from João Felix today. We're going to go ahead and make some subs as well. A lot of our players are going to be tired, including João Felix. We'll get Andy Diop in, and we'll get Diomande off for Stanley Wilson, and I think that'll be good for now. Oh, Benjamin Sesko taking out Stanley Wilson here. 82 minutes gone. Looks like it's going to be a straight red card, and he is going to be sent off. Oh, maybe not. It's just a yellow. That animation looked like it made it seem it was a red. Interesting. Wish it would have been a red, honestly. Kulusevski inside to Bernardo Silva. Trying to get in front of him with Stanley Wilson, and we can't. And that's going to make it 3-1 here. A little over 85 minutes gone. Pretty much no way we can get back into it now. There's just not enough time. We're going to get this pass out here to Bino Gittins. Who, has no one forward. No one's coming up here. No one cares on this team anymore. I think the morale has been deflated since the loss in the Champions League. And that one's going to go out of bounds as well. Just not a great performance here today against Spurs. Especially not a good one considering we're at home. And that is going to be it for this game. Referee will blow his whistle shortly. 3-1 loss to Tottenham. Slowly slipping down the Premier League table. 8 games to go. We got to turn something around. Luckily enough, though, after that game, we don't end up going down any spots. Still sitting in 5th place, only 1 point behind Newcastle, 5 points now behind Manchester United in 3rd place, and 8 behind Liverpool, 13 behind Man City. 1st place is pretty much out of the question at this point. No way Man City drops that many points in only 8 games, but we are ahead of Aston Villa by 1 point. They're in 6th place, and then ahead of Chelsea by 8 points in 7th. So top 5, top 6 is definitely wrapped up. Top 6 is definitely wrapped up. Top 5 we should get. Top 4 is the goal, though. Even if we do end up leaving the club after the end of this season, we would like to keep Brighton in a relatively good spot. And we also have a loan move going out here. I did get an email notification after that game that Mohamed Kudus will be out for 2 months, I believe. Injured with a broken metatarsal, so different injury, I guess, technically. Not a broken toe injury for 3 months, but he's still going to be out for the rest of the season, so that is going to be very unfortunate for us. And it's especially unfortunate considering our Manchester United game is now just only a couple days away. I believe we're already back up to it. Kirkias did have to miss the last game because of the red card he got, so we'll be able to get him back on the team. Still going to be some tired legs, but I would rather just stick with our starting 11 if we can. João Pedro in for João Felix I might actually do, just because João Felix has been poor, to say the least, in the last couple of episodes. So I think that's the lineup we're going to go with. So we are going to go ahead and get into this game against Manchester United. And this will be their lineup for our game against them. A win against them is obviously going to be huge. I mean, we would be up to 59 points. They'd still be on 61. So let's hope we can find a way to win. Like you guys saw, we got João Pedro up top. We got Bino Gittins out on the right side for Kudus. And that's what we're going to have to go with. So let's go ahead and get to it. Garnacho, we're going to have João Pedro through here. Going to look across. What is that pass, João Pedro? And now Rashford moving forward here. Difficult, as always, to tackle, but Diomande does well. Almada through to Garnacho. Heavy touch, but works out perfectly. Able to get around the defender and get a shot away to score against his former club. 17 minutes gone now. This is exactly what we needed to start off this game, and exactly what we needed to find a way to get some points here at Old Trafford. Oh, Rashford with a couple nice moves and gets around our defense. Again, just like last game, we take an early 1-0 lead and then give up that lead 5 minutes later, pretty much. Rashford just faking out Diomande back there. Nothing we can do. 1-1 after 25 minutes. Gittins inside to João Pedro. Able to take control of it well. Gonna look inside. Why is that all the way to Getson Fernandez? I don't know. We take a shot, and it is saved by Onana. Gonna try to keep some pressure on, but it looks like they're gonna be able to break away. Oof, turnover in midfield. Hoyland now with it. Gotta keep the pressure on. Rashford inside to Mason Mount. 2-1 Manchester United. They just don't... the opposition never never misses. They are always on target, and unfortunately for us, I thought Mason Mount might have been offsides there, but I guess he wasn't. Fortunately for us, that means we take a deficit now, probably into halftime. We still got 5 minutes, I guess, but it's been a very tough road for us going forward. Garnacho pushing forward. I mean, the defenders just not stepping up. João Pedro one-on-one with the keeper. Has to finish this one, and does. Thank you, João Pedro. I think, João Felix played well this year, and he definitely wasn't too bad, but I think João Pedro might have been the better choice overall, especially in terms of goal scoring. So, happy to see him get a goal there, and happy to see us level this game before halftime. Didn't think we'd be able to, but we have. Almada finding a pass to João Pedro, and the referee blowing the whistle there. Almost could have had a third before half, but I feel like that was definitely a poor decision from the referee whenever we're moving forward there, but I guess that's just how it goes sometimes. So the referee is clearly not on our side here at Manchester United. Can't say I'm surprised. Hoyland pushing forward. Sasha Bowie, yes, good tackle. Getting in the way and at least deflecting it momentarily away. Hoyland now with the ball, though. I believe that for a second. Oh. Goes for a very simple pass to the bottom corner, and luckily for us, does miss the target and hits the outside of the post. Gets to Fernandez, through to Almada, through to João Pedro, heavy touch, but he squeezes it past Onana. 3-2 here at Old Trafford. João Pedro with a brace so far. I believe he got a hat-trick in real life today. I believe they're in the FA Cup for Brighton, so if he gets a hat-trick in this game, I guess it was just meant to be. Thought that heavy touch was going to take it away from him, and Onana would be able to collect, but we are glad that it didn't. Urquez to João Pedro here. Not a lot of options just yet. Going to keep pushing forward. We're just going to look for Bino Gittins out here. Tight angle, but Garnacho will end up with it. There is no reason we should have taken that shot with Bino Gittins, but I'm very much glad that we did. It works out perfectly for us. I thought from that angle, I was like, we don't have any options, just go for a shot, see what happens. And it lands right at Garnacho's feet for a brace for him as well. Didn't really know where to go. Luckily, we end up with it. Garnacho still with the ball. Cutting inside. Gonna go for a shot. Oh, man, I thought that was going in. That would have been quite the way to get his hat trick here in this game. Duranville pushing forward. Wow, I mean, of course we give up another one. And it's again at the near post. No one guarding him. I don't know where Urquez went or what he was doing. I mean, he's literally just standing there watching him run by. And then Ndeka is just too slow to get there. And Verbruggen's just reaction was terrible there. But 90th minute goal here. So no more time for Manchester United, which means we will maintain our 3 points and our lead of 4-3 here. And we will be gladly taking this win back home with us. So a great result for us there, but we are still sitting in 5th place. We're now playing Crystal Palace on our next game, who are having a very good season, sitting in 7th place. Not a team that you would expect to see up at the top like that, but I don't think they're going to get much higher than 7th place. Looks like the top 6 is pretty much wrapped up, like I said. Villa now level with us on points, but have played 2 more games. We've played the same amount of games as Man United, 2 points behind them, and 2 points behind Newcastle, but they have played an extra game. So top 4 is definitely reachable, but there's, 4 teams, Newcastle, Man United, us, and Aston Villa, that are all fighting for those top 4 spots. So we've got to continue to get results. And so that's what we're going to continue to attempt to do. This will be Crystal Palace's lineup against us for this game. Not exactly, a crazy good lineup, but sitting in 7th place, they must be playing well together. So we're going to go with pretty much the same lineup from last game. We're going to get Cherki in instead of Jamie Bino Gittins, but everything else will stay the same. João Pedro going to stay up top. Cherki over here in some space early on. No one stepping up. Going to go for a shot. Keeper makes the save. It's going to be cleared out, and we don't end up with it, unfortunately. Actually, we do. Hold on. João Pedro through to Almada. And Almada with a finish. 5 minutes gone. We've been all over them. 1-0 lead early on here. Thiago Almada from the pass from João Pedro. Thiago Almada's only his 5th goal for us this entire season, which is surprising for a player in that cam position. Of course, Eberechi Eze and Emile Smith-Rowe were our cams in seasons past, and they definitely scored a lot more than that. So we took a step back in terms of goal scoring there, but he's played overall pretty well. Garnacho pushing forward. I mean, loads of space out here. João Pedro with it. Oh, what a finish from João Pedro. I mean, I'm telling you, Garnacho, or not Garnacho, João Felix just really isn't it. I mean, 87 overall, I think, is what he's at now. And João Pedro's up to an 84, and he's just been playing better. Yeah, he just is. I think he just is better. João Felix not the guy anymore. João Pedro now with it, and going to wait on the run of Getson Fernandez. This game is getting out of hand early. I see a runner over here. Cherky with the finish. 21 minutes gone. 3-0 already. Crystal Palace not looking like that 7th place team that they are. Wow. Sabitzer going for a shot on that cross. Didn't think he was going to be able to do that. And yeah, still 3-0 here at the 35 minutes. If we are still up by 3 at halftime, we will probably just simulate the rest of the game. But it looks like we could potentially be up by more than that. Cherky pushing forward now. Going to go for another shot and another finish. 4-0. Ryan Cherky getting 2 goals in this game, which is not something he's been doing a lot this year. So yeah, we're probably just going to simulate the rest of this game. It's already out of hand. And we will just pass it around to finish out the half. Sasha Bowie will go ahead and go for a cross. Didn't end up with anybody. Almada with it. Cherky over to Getson Fernandez. Decided to go for a shot. It is not going to matter anyways. That will be the end of the first half. So we will go ahead and get to this sim here. We're going to look at the match facts real quick and just see how bad it was. 66% possession, 4-0, 2.5 expected goals, so we weren't even supposed to score as many as we did. But yeah, not much going for them. So let's go ahead and sim to the end of the game and see how it goes. 5-1, Almada scoring 1, and Sabitzer getting 1 as well. And that's going to do it for this game against Crystal Palace. Pretty easy one for us. And Manchester United ended up losing their game as well. So we are sitting in 3rd place, sole owners of 3rd place. We could still get up to 2nd potentially if Liverpool drops some points. But, you know, the fact that we've lost 8 games this year and we're even in the top 4 is incredible to see. 67 goals scored, 46 allowed is just, it's kind of gross. But us and Man United having very similar seasons. So we'll have to see how the rest of the episode goes and the rest of this season goes. And after that game, Cherky comes to us and says that he is not enjoying his time here, even though we just played him and he got 2 goals. Interesting to see, but, you know, it doesn't look like we're going to be the manager here for very much longer, so I can understand his frustration. We are going to go ahead and get into this game against Burnley next. Burnley having a pretty solid season for themselves as well, 10th place, so not bad for Burnley standards. Let's go ahead and jump into this one. We are going to change the squad up just a little bit. This will be Burnley's lineup against us. Chao Miranda starting up top against our squad, so that's going to be interesting to see how that goes. They do have Simikan back there as well, a player that we thought about bringing in. So let's go ahead and look at our team. We got João Pedro up top still, Garnacho and Bino Gittins, Cherky, Diouf, and Diaz in midfield, so a whole new midfield. And then everything else stays the same. A lot of our players, as you can see, are not happy, which is unfortunate, but I think that's just the way it goes with, you know, getting knocked out of the FA Cup, getting knocked out of the Champions League, and then a bad run of form in the Premier League as well, just all back-to-back. So I can understand their frustrations, but we get it back. Bino Gittins out here to Garnacho. Tough touch. Gonna look back inside for Fabricio Diaz, who gets fouled. João Pedro inside to Bino Gittins. Tough shot. 22 minutes gone. Not much to show so far in this game, but still 0-0 here against Burnley. Garnacho now on a break. Players ahead. We don't necessarily have numbers, but I see Bino Gittins over here who gets the volley into the goal. Bino Gittins just playing so well for us. Mohamed Kudus has been out for a few games now, but it doesn't feel like he has. Bino Gittins has taken his place very well as Ryan Cherky on that right side last game. So it's nice to see that we got a lot of squad depth in this team, but, you know, unfortunately, not everybody's too happy about that, I guess. Odobert inside to Chao Miranda. Chao Miranda sticking with it. Foster now makes a nice move. 1-1 again. I just don't know what it is. Verbruggen is just not quite as good this year. Our defense just isn't quite as good this year, and it just seems like a lot of things go not our way. I mean, I guess I did move Diamante or Indica, whichever one it was, out of the way, so it is what it is. But 1-1 here. Garnacho inside to Cherky. Cherky, no reason to really go for a shot there. Not really sure why I did. Kirkes almost getting to it. 1 minute of added time is going to be up here. 1-1 at half here against Burnley. Bino Gittins inside to Cherky. Cherky down here to João Pedro, across to Garnacho. Perfect passing from the boys to open up this second half. And João Pedro inside to Garnacho, giving us a 2-1 lead. João Pedro sending a nice pass out here to Kirkes. Kirkes pushing forward, looking for a cross to Garnacho, who ended up on the end of it, but just couldn't find a way to get a shot on goal. Well, Odegaard is through on goal here, and Dika getting in the way. Paul ended up with Diamande. Not a good pass from Fabricio Diaz there. Inside to Chal Miranda. Oh, and our Youth Academy prospect does not score against us. That would have been pretty embarrassing. Now we could be on a break, actually. Cherki out here to Garnacho. Inside to João Pedro. Back to Garnacho. Great passing from the boys. And another finesse shot to that back right corner, and Garnacho is not going to miss that. Second goal of the game for him. I believe 16th of the season so far for him. Things are looking good for Garnacho this season. And now 80 minutes gone, we're going to go ahead and make a triple sub, getting both of our center backs off, which is an unusual swap to make in the middle of a game, but just want to get Stanley Wilson and Igor some game time. I think we've got this one wrapped up. But of course, I could be speaking too early, but Fabricio Diaz is going to head this free kick away. And I think we'll be able to hold on to it for the final 10 minutes. In only 2 minutes of added time, we're going to continue to push forward here. Maybe we can get a fourth. Fabricio Diaz, or not Fabricio Diaz, Cherki out here. Garnacho with it, inside to João Felix. Going to go for a shot, not even on target. Unfortunate to see that from our 87 overall striker, of course, but not unfortunate to see us with a 3-1 win and taking 3 points back home with us. And now on to the final played game of the episode. Newcastle United, another team right on our tail. 4 points behind us, but they do have a game in hand, so a result here is very, very important. We need to make sure that we get at least a draw out of this game. Newcastle's lineup looks like this for our game against them. I mean, that is an incredible team that they have, especially I'm sure Alexander Isak is up to like a 90 overall by now. But we also have some pretty good players ourselves. Obviously, Alejandro Garnacho up to an 89 overall. This will be the team we're going to rock with. We're going to rock with Mercier in goal because he hasn't been getting a lot of game time. I just want to see him in there. He's definitely still a very solid player. He's been with us for a long time. And Verbruggen, I mean, he's looked okay over the past, few episodes, but he hasn't blown me away or anything. So let's get Mercier in goal and see how well he does. Wow. Okay. Perfect. I mean, I just wasn't going to say anything because I didn't think a free kick from that distance was going to be any trouble. And I mean, he's almost at the halfway line. And there's no one guarding Andre Santos there. Good save by Mercier, and then, the rebound, of course, goes right to Longstaff. So not much Mercier could do about that one, and we're down 1-0 after 10 minutes. Garnacho out here to Kirkes again. We're going to look early this time to Garnacho. Back inside to him. Too many touches. We'll be out for a corner, though. We'll go ahead and swing this one in with Garnacho. Looking for someone, not Almada, preferably. Gittins heads that one down to Almada. Wow, what a finish from Thiago Almada. I did not think that shot was going to go, find its way to the back of the net, but luckily it did. And yeah, just from that angle, I just wasn't really thinking he'd be able to wrap his foot around it enough, but he does. We will gladly take that 1-1 draw level game after 25 minutes. Nice pass inside to Gordon. Gordon gonna go for a shot. Mercier making the save. 38 minutes gone. A corner here for Newcastle United. Looks like they're gonna take this one short. Kubo trying to find his way inside. Gets Fernandez, reads him like a book. We could try to get on a break here. Oh, wow. Their defense just lets Getson Fernandez run right by. Heavy touch. Get in front of the defender. And find a goal. Keeper with a terrible animation. But yeah, I mean, seriously, look at this. It is pretty bad. I guess it's not that bad. Ball just goes through his legs. Little nutmeg on the keeper. Happy to see it. Kubo inside to Isak. Back to Tonali. Great tackle from Evan and Dika there. And it looks like this is going to be pretty much the end of the first half here. 2-1 lead going into halftime. Now we just got to hold on to it. Garnacho holding up play nicely, waiting on a run from Kirkes. We're going to look back inside for Garnacho. Inside to João Pedro. Going to go ahead and go for a shot. Not great. Right at the keeper. Almada with the ball all the way down here. Garnacho. We do have João Pedro through. Going to take his time. Doesn't get a shot away. Not really, at least. Almada just holding up play. Andy Diouf has room to shoot. Karnaseki with a good save. 74 minutes gone. We'll go ahead and make a double sub. Andy Diop off for Moretti. And João Felix on for Bino Gittins on that right wing. I'm going to go ahead and try to look for João Felix, if we can get it to him. Looks like more like Diamande, wide of the post. And it looks like Newcastle brought on Eduardo Camavinga into midfield. I forgot that they even had him. That is an insane super sub to have. Tonali with it, pushing forward. Nowhere to go just yet. We're going to go for a shot. Oh my goodness. Sandro Tonali from outside the box. Way outside the box. With a shot of dreams to level this game at 2. I guess it wasn't way outside the box, but it definitely was outside the box. Mercier trying to get to it. Not much he can do about it. And this game is level now with less than 10 minutes to go. Almada. Inside to Moretti. Inside to Getza Fernandez. Why is there loads of space over here? João Felix now with it. And João Felix going to finish it off. 3-2. What passing from our team. And what terrible defense from their team. I mean, the middle of the field was just wide open. Kind of skipped past the replay, but nobody there. 90 minutes gone now. Let's see how much added time there is. 2 minutes. So this is going to go by real quick. We just got to get in front of Longstaff. And they're almost going to have no time to push forward. Balde. Yep, referee's going to go ahead and blow the whistle. He is not letting them move forward. 92 minutes gone. 3-2 win over Newcastle. Very, very important result there. And again, like I said, Newcastle's defense just gave us an open lane there at the end for no real reason. The game overall was pretty close, but I would say that we definitely deserved the win. So it's nice to see us get 3 points. Man City dropping more points. And it looks like Man United got points, so I definitely wish we would stop giving up so many goals, but that's just how it goes, I guess, when you're playing teams with this kind of quality of player. But everyone else, Man United and Newcastle below us both have a game in hand, and Liverpool have a game in hand above us. We could still get second place. Like I said, Liverpool would have to drop some points. First is pretty much unreachable, but no way Man City loses all 4 of their final games. So the next game up is a game against Sunderland. Sunderland, 28 points throughout the season, currently sitting down in 17th place. We are going to simulate this game, and I know what you're thinking. Don't simulate it, because every time we simulate against lower level sides, we end up losing. But we're going to go ahead and go with it. I might stick with, Bino Gittins over Turkey just because he's so unhappy. Tough decision. Yeah, I'm going to stick with Bino Gittins. Whatever. At this point, it doesn't matter. We'll get Verbruggen back in his spot. And I think we'll stick with this team. Moretti's going to come in for Diop. So we'll just have our best 11 out there, except for João Felix. And we'll go ahead and simulate this game. This will be the last game of the episode. Pre-match report. Sunderland's team looking like this. Don't know many of their players. I know Matete. I think I've heard of Ba. Not very many others, though. And our lineup was what you saw. So we'll go ahead and hit a quick sim. A win. A 1-0 win. Only a 1-goal difference. But a win is a win. And that's all that matters. Liverpool win their game. Didn't see anybody else's. So let's see what the standings are after that game. Still 3 behind Liverpool. 6 in front of Man United. They still have a game to play. And 10 in front of Newcastle with 2 games to play for them. So it's going to come down to the last episode. The last episode is only going to have 3 games, which will all be played. Liverpool at home, Southampton at home, and Watford away. But top 4 is in our future, so that's at least nice to see. We'll at least complete that objective for the squad and for the club so that next year they will at least have Champions League football, whether or not we are here or not. And that's where we're going to leave it off. Thank you guys for watching. Please be sure to like the video, and please be sure to hit the subscribe button if you haven't already. We are potentially coming to the end of the Brighton career mode, which is sad, but also at the same time, I think it's kind of, it's been coming. If we didn't get, a good placement in the Champions League this year, performing so well for so long at Brighton, that I think a move to a, bigger club is kind of in hand, whether or not that's in this career mode or starting a new career mode. It would make sense either way. But yeah, that's the squad stat screen right there. Chao Miranda up to an 81 overall. Insane to see that from a player that we have loaned out at Burnley. So he would be our backup striker next year. And then I believe João Pedro, I would probably start him. That's where we're going to leave it off. Thank you guys for watching. I will catch you guys next time. Peace.